Alright, YouTube fans, YouTube friends. Today we're going to go over part 2 of Beaumont Rag. And this is the cross-picking section, and also in the middle of stopping everything sort of fast, you know, super lick that you can come up with whenever the section for the stop comes in. This is very tough. Shouldn't take too long to go over this. But let's just go over real quick in part 1 of Beaumont Rag what we learned. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you look for part 1 of Beaumont Rag of this video, of my videos, and look at it first, and then we can go over this section. So we went over this, and I'll go ahead and do it with the music here. And one of these days I'll figure out how to keep my remote from doing that. Anyway, let's go over the music here. Okay, now the second section we're going to go over is the cross picking. That little part. And also, another thing that I didn't point out on the last one is that after this little thing I come up with, you can extend that to come up to, now this is from the 3rd to the 5th fret, 3rd fret, E, back, B, open E. You can, after you hit that open E is your transition point. A good way to get from place to place on the guitar is open string transitions. And that's a few videos back. It's still a pretty recent video comparative to this one, but you need to look that up as well. Open string transitions. That will help you out get it from one area of the fretboard to the next. And as that open string is ringing, you go immediately and think of this shape, this first finger, pinky finger. Okay, that's going to be three frets apart. 1, 2, 3. So, and it's going to be, you're going to be landing on the 8th fret. So from this 4th fret, it's going to be way out here, but you're lifting up as the open string rings and landing on the 8th. So a little part to practice will be right here. 4th B, open E, 8th fret. Okay, so let me zoom in so you guys can see what's going on here. Alright, so and all that is from there is this is all alternate picking after the slide, so downstroke and then upstroke, continue on. Okay, so normally it would be, we've already got an E that's open, so we can use that to get back to where we were. We're going to do this twice without the slide, that twice. So it's going to be 8, 5, 8, B string, open E. And this again, back down to the C. And that's whenever you get to, like, let's see, and I messed up, but it worked. Okay, so that's just a little extra thing for you on Beaumont Rag Part 1. Now, Part 2, all we're doing is we're going to, and that's this note in a G chord. And we're doing a cross picking section, and that's takes practice to do. Tony Rice, the way he does it is he goes down and goes up. Goes down 2 strings, up 1 string. And that's tough to do. The cross-picking actual way to do this, and I went over this in, I think, The Legend of Captain John, and it's way back when, a couple years old now, I think. But there's some cross-picking sections and things like that, and I think on the Captain John lesson, I went over some cross-picking techniques. Don't quote me on that, but go back and check it out. So here's what we're doing is we're going to do, if you're not familiar with cross-picking, we're going to go ahead down. Now this is all alternate picking, and this is the toughest part. Here's where a cross happens. It's called cross-picking because you're crossing over the middle string. Simple as that. Alright, so it's down, up, down, A, D, G. I'm holding down the 2nd fret of the A, the other 2 are open. The next part, let's do it without the extra note so you can get an idea of what it's supposed to sound like, or feel like, really. That's the whole movement. You got 2 movements. You got the first one, come back, you got the second one. So the cross happens when you come back up. Crossing over the D string, coming back over the A string, but it's going to be an upstroke now. So it starts with a down, up, and then ends with an up. Down, up, down, cross, up, down, up, cross, down, up, down, cross, up, down, up, cross. So we're always crossing from the G back over the D to the A. And every other time it's an upstroke or a downstroke. We start with a down, when we cross it's an upstroke. Now typically on Beaumont Rag I like to do, but that kind of throws my cross picking off, so I kind of just fake it from there and try to get it in time at least. To get this in time, to stay in time, it would be easier to go to just hold it down. So the first time is normal. The second time we hold down that G. 2nd fret. The third time, we do that several times. So we hold it twice. The last open note we switch to the C and do the same thing. But this way the C is easier if you're going to not do the hammer on or the pull off. It's easier to do it with these 2 fingers, and it's kind of awkward, I know, but you play the first 2 notes of C right here with the ring finger and the first finger, because this finger acts as the same note. We're playing the G string again on the 2nd fret, but this acts as that note. And the first finger has to be just ever so slightly behind the fret, a little more than that, because you got to make room for this finger to come down and be right behind the fret. So this may require a little more pressure. So once again, it goes back to the G form, and that's it. And then we stop, and there's a big super lick there. So once again, practice this slow. Don't rush it, practice it slow. Okay, and even me right now, I'm I'm still not expert at it, so I still miss a string from time to time. Now also when you get to the C part, it's like you're every other time you're going up and up. So you can walk that up where your pinky can act on the 3rd fret of the G string. Okay, so then that goes back down. So that's a short little lesson on cross picking. Practice that intently. Try to do it slowly. Practice it to a metronome. Click, 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 click. And that's too fast. I mean, for a beginner, you slow down even more than that. And I can't click and do that at the same time, obviously, so you just try to work on that. Okay, so when we get to the, we do a super lick. And the one I chose to do was that. It's kind of spin off of Brian Sutton's version of this, which, by the way, you can find on his DVD, Secrets for Successful Flat Picking. And I failed to mention that in the first one. I don't know why, but one of my high influences is Brian Sutton. He's amazing. He's just a phenomenon on the guitar. And one of the things I've really been trying to pick up is this. I do this anyway. Tony Rice does that a lot, and I got that originally off Eric Clapton. He does that a lot. And what I mean by that is coming down, when you get down to the D here, you cross back over to that G. Tony Rice does that lick a lot, but I've never really experimented with it on the 2 strings here. And then C, it's right there, and I've never really experimented with it, but I've watched him do it. And you know, if you can't do that bar, you can't get that clean, then it's okay to use this other finger here, the ring finger. Because for one thing, your first finger is a lot closer here by doing that. So and so that's the lick. Let me catch my timer here. I hope this has been working for you. The timer here. It's kind of an experiment for me. I'm trying my best to stay, you know, around 13, 15 minutes, something like that. I've got it set for 13 minutes, and when it goes off, it lets me know I've got just a little bit more time, because I know that a lot of my videos get long and I ramble a lot, so I want to get more to the content so you can have something to do. So hope you guys are you know, learning a lot from this. So back to this lick real quick, and then we'll be done. Now originally I was doing, but I kind of repeated in my head what I thought I heard Brian Sutton do, and he doesn't hold the C down. I don't think. And you can look down below in the show notes, and I will leave you a link to the Secrets for Successful Flat Picking by Brian Sutton. It's a pretty good DVD. You learn a lot of good tunes in that one, and Beaumont Rag is one of them. But from what I can remember, I don't think he used that note there. I think he used the open note, and it sounds better to me anyway, because it kind of gives it the same sound. It's going back to a previous note and then an open note. Okay, so I mean, I think it sounds better that way anyway, and it gives more of the C or the G, because we're going to the G. Well, we are going to the C, but it gives hints and subtleties of the G. So back once again, And that little is just a hammer on the 2nd fret. It's a quick hammer on, and then a quick upstroke on the open B, and a quick downstroke. And that one's a fun to do anyway. Okay, so that is just that little small movement you might want to practice. Because it's a little difficult because you're coming back up on the G string. When you get within the little strings here, you kind of feel trapped. I remember John Petrucci, which played with Dream Theater, and I think he still does. On his DVD, Rock Discipline, he talks about being inside that string and practicing exercises that will get you used to feeling inside the string so that you don't feel trapped. It's easy to go outside the string because you got, you know, that room on the outside, but when you get to the inside, you kind of feel trapped, like you can't go anywhere. But it's a really interesting little phenomenon there. So that much. Now, watch this hand right here first. See? So it's a pull off immediately after hitting that G to the B. To the D, this is all 2nd fret. That's it. Now you can put this finger here if you want to and hit that G, but I prefer doing the little bar. And then, but it doesn't end there. We're doing another A, or another D, open D, and then back to that 3rd fret A again. Because that keeps us in time. Or you could land on there. Gives you a little bit more time, but I like it better just going straight to the. And the picking, once again, you've seen this hand, now pay attention to my picking. Now there's another trapped inside the string thing right here, and that's going from the D. Because usually you want to do that, but when you're picking the way it's going, it's not going to work right. And then you add some kind of intellect. One of 1,000 ending licks there. I know I've went way over 13 minutes, but I want to make sure you guys got that. I hope I explained that. I realize that what you're going to have to do is actually watch me do it, because it's really hard to explain the ups and the downs and everything. So you kind of got to, you know, watch and see what's going on. You kind of got to pay attention. And for that reason, I've not made tabs for this, because that would take me forever. And so it will be more beneficial to you to actually watch and listen to what I do and have your guitar in hand. I know it's, you know, find time to tell you right now at the end of the second lesson, right? But anyway, have it in hand because you'll want to do this as you're watching it. You know, it's important that you watch and do, and you'll learn so much more. You know, a lot of people say there's so many different ways of learning. You can learn by visually. If you see a picture drawn of something, it's a lot easier for you to absorb it. If you hear it, it's a lot easier for you to absorb it, called oral learning. Or if you oral, A-U-R-A-L, or if you kinesthetic learning is if you do it yourself, you'll learn it. But this way, you're doing it all three ways, basically. You're seeing it happen, it's a visual thing. You're listening to it happen, it's an oral thing. And you're doing it, so it's kinesthetic as well. So you're getting all three forms of learning there, and that's important. Have your guitar in hand and practice along with me. Slow it down, rewind it how many ever times you need to, and you know, whatever you're having problems with, just do your best. Try to play it slow. You know, if this is your first time doing this, once again, this is an advanced lesson. So if you're discouraged, go back. Find some easier, you know, go to my beginner bluegrass playlist and find some easier things to learn before you get into the intermediate. But so thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends about me. Click either of the videos to learn more, and go to my website, secretsoftexasbluesguitar.com, and check that out. And if this content is valuable to you, if it's done something for you, if it means something to you, make sure to share the wealth, okay? Share it with people, because I want to reach as many people as I can to help influence them in the way of playing guitar, because guitar is so much fun. I'm sure you know this. There's so many things you can learn from it, and you never stop learning. I mean, you'll never be the greatest player ever, you know, because Jimi Hendrix, no doubt, if he had lived as long, I mean, you know, even if he lived till today, he'd still been learning. You know, that's the beauty of playing an instrument. And guitar is just so much fun, okay? So I'm a big guitar addict and advocate. So anyway, I'm going to quit talking here, and you guys enjoy your day, have fun, and check these two videos out, which should be popping up by now. Alright, so I don't know what I'll do next. Maybe some more licks, who knows? So stay tuned, have fun, and watch for the next video coming up. God bless.